Hi, my beautiful collective. Getting the energy of some sort of realization. Oh my god, that squirrel scared me. Whoa, his tail is going crazy. Do you guys hear him talking? He's huge. Who is he talking to like that? My cat's out there, so I'm just like, I know my cat's like looking at him like, whoa, that thing is big. I think he's looking for his people. Or his squirrel friends. Where are you going? Are you trying to contact them? He's so cute. Oh. I wonder what he's saying. Anyway, I was getting this energy of like just coming to realization or having a realization of something in your life that feels like a distant memory. It feels like it's fading in and out, but almost like it wants to be present in your life, but it has nothing to hold on to stay present in your life. It feels like what is this squirrel saying? It feels like something that you could be holding on to, maybe even subconsciously, or holding on to something that I'm gonna be honest, it feels like a fantasy. It feels very dreamy, like in the dream world. I think the squirrel's looking directly at my cat and talking to him. What is going on? Maybe he wants to play with him. I don't know. I've never heard a squirrel make that sound. He just peed. He just peed. I've never seen that before. My cat is so cute. He came to the door and he looked like, Mom, I think this squirrel is lost. That was so funny. He was looking out like, what is this thing? Why is it making those noises? Anyway. It feels like a fantasy. I want to say or it's in the dream state because it feels very dreamy and like so close but so far away. It's something that feels untouchable, unobtainable. So much so that somebody could be viewing it as unrealistic, okay? Collective, I don't know if this is you or somebody connected to you, but I'm just describing the energy I'm getting because it just feels like it keeps coming back. It feels like it keeps coming back. And or it flows in and out, like this energy or this dream or this possibility here. It comes to you, but it flows in and out and it feels somewhat unobtainable to someone here. Because it just feels like a projection. If I'm being honest, it feels like a projection of something being put onto you by something from the past. So it feels like somebody or an energy is remembering you or remembers you to be like something from the past. So it feels like a projection or a memory from the past that somebody here is associating you with. And it feels like even if that's not the case, if something here is not true, or if somebody's just viewing you as something that you're not, it feels like they're sticking to that picture. Like they're sticking to that view, their perspective. It's something that it's not you, or it's a way that somebody here is programmed or wired to where they can't see anything else in any other way, because that's just how they are. It's almost giving me an energy of somebody being really devoted, like devoted and determined to figure something out when it comes to you. Like, why do I get this feeling when I think of this person? Why do I get this kind of energy from them? I don't want to say this person's energy is clingy, but it kind of feels like they're stuck to you when it comes to what they want in their life. But it's almost like it's giving me an energy now of like, I want you, but I can't have you. Like forbidden fruit. Like, I want to get close, but not that close. I want to be, I want to know more, but only as much as I'm comfortable with. It feels like an energy that doesn't want to get, they don't want to burst their own bubble, because they know when that happens, it's like reality sinks in, and they're more so comfortable. It feels like they're more comfortable with being in this energy of just either romanticizing you or fantasizing and just staying in, like stuck in that, staying stuck in that energy, rather than moving the energy along to its evolution. So it's not even about change, it's about growing together. It's about wanting to see better when it comes to the, if this is a connection for you, okay, take this as it resonates. Wanting to not have it in this dream state, like fantasy land, right? I feel like you could possibly feel like, okay, like I've put enough energy into thinking about this energy as well. Like I've contributed to the fantasy of the what if, or what it could look like, what it could be, right? And it feels like somebody just wants to keep that going. Like they want to keep that alive. But it feels like, collective, whoever I'm talking to, whoever resonates with this, you're in this energy of, I no longer want to continue a fake scenario, or like I don't want to continue to contribute to a fantasy that's not in its full state. It's not in reality. It's not present, right? It feels like it's so far because it's not even, maybe it feels like it's not grounded. It's not rooted enough for you to actually continue to put any energy towards it. It doesn't feel real for a reason because it's probably like I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the fact that somebody feels like it's real, or this could be both energies. Or whoever I'm talking to, you could feel like you have a real bond with somebody here, but it's not progressing into anything. It's not changing into anything that you would like to see. Like it's giving me the energy of you wanting to uplift this energy and wanting them to see that there is more to life than, like, this just feels like a distant memory somebody's having. Like there's more to life than just being stuck in a fantasy or a memory of something, like feeling very nostalgic about it but not really capturing it to its full essence and embracing it in the moment. It just feels like it just feels like wanting to just stick with viewing it a certain way, wanting to see it a certain way, and not really contributing to the evolution of it at all. The song I was getting is actually like, I believe it's a heartbreak song. I can't tell, if I'm being honest. I need to look up what that song is about, but it feels like in the song she's singing about somebody that reminds her of somebody that broke her heart, and still she feels like no matter what, she's always gravitated towards this person. Like it feels like I think in the lyrics she talks about how her heart was broken by somebody that is reminded by the person that she is like thinking about presently. And she's like, oh, it kind of feels like she's like, oh, maybe that was meant to happen so I can be guided to you, right? Like maybe that was meant to happen so I can be guided to this person. And it's like she's slowly realizing, like, oh, this is another one of those bonds that don't go anywhere, and I'm the one fully investing, and it doesn't really, it's like a cyclical cycle. It's 202 right now that continues to happen until I decide that I want to break it. I decide that I no longer want to contribute to heartbreak. And something I just got a notification that says be grateful. And it feels like it just feels like an energy, like, you no longer want to believe in something that continues to be the exact thing you just left. Like it's like somebody going into a situation that reminds them of something that didn't work out from the past, but getting those same feelings come up, and then the nostalgia hits you like, oh, I remember when I had good times with this, but then this happened and it completely shattered me or broke my heart. So I'm not, like, that's what this energy is reminding me of, but continuing to have that on replay. It just feels like somebody no longer wanting to go around in a circle. That could be you, collective. You're no longer willing to go around in a circle and believe something that is not truly there. You know, like you can try and explain your intentions to somebody, but if they don't believe you and they show you that they're not really taking it seriously, and they much rather have you just like in a fantasy, or they just much rather associate with you or converse with you when it's beneficial in this fantasy land, that I would think that is them saying that they don't want that bond in reality. They don't really want that bond. They don't want that connection. They don't want to build on that connection. They just want to have it in this bubble, in this fantasy for as long as they can, which is not fair to you or your growth or your journey. So I feel like somebody here is could be painful, or maybe you already went through this process detaching from this situation. You could be detaching from a situation that you truly feel like you followed your heart with, like you put your all into having the best intentions for whatever this outcome could have been. And it feels like you are trusting your intuition to guide you through that situation or that connection or that bond, whatever it is. And it just doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like the energy is meaning for it to be in reality. At least that's what I got from the song that I was hearing this morning. Besides that, though, I'm just getting an energy from the collective of being more mindful, more aware. I'm getting somebody like studying more. I'm getting somebody doing research, like a lot of research on a certain subject or a belief. Okay, I was getting that, like somebody here diving into different beliefs, somebody here wanting to know more about a culture or a background. I'm getting that there could be this transformation that might be happening for you, that at some points it makes you feel completely lost, because whatever you came from, you've been questioning. You've probably questioned a lot, and it feels like when you're going into this new beginning or this new state of being, and it's like you have more questions for whatever this is, whatever you're doing research on, whatever you're learning about right now. Feels like you have more questions. You could feel like you're more lost, or you can honestly feel like something here is clicking and making more sense to you the more you look into it. For some of you, I feel like you're no longer letting distractions kind of guide you through something, or you're no longer letting it's giving me an energy of balancing out. Like you're balancing out, you're no longer just leading with your heart, you know. What is the saying when they say when you only always just follow your heart, it breaks your heart more, it gets you into trouble. I don't know what that saying is. But it's like you're no longer just following your heart, you're more so putting logic behind what you feel called to study or what you feel called to contribute to. It's like a give and take energy is what I'm getting. Like it feels like you're investing your time and your energy in things that make you feel good or things that challenge you in a way to be better. It just gives me an energy of you no longer you no longer have like the energy to just dabble into things that make you feel lost or like you don't know what's next. Okay, there was some sort of uncertainty. It feels like there was some sort of uncertainty for somebody, and it made you feel like this is not where I want to be at. You know, this is not how I want to go about my life. Like, it's giving me an energy of, you know, if it doesn't make sense to you, you're not going to fully invest into it. You're not going to put your all into it. You're not going to go after it. You're not going to nurture it as much as you would something that you take seriously, and that you consider how that how that fits in your life. Like, you genuinely only, it feels like you genuinely only have the energy to invest in things that contribute to your life in a positive way, like, and vice versa. Like, I'm just getting a really genuine energy that doesn't need a lot of like things going on around them, that like, just like, I keep getting distractions. You're really like focused, like almost tunnel vision focused on something here. It's like, it feels like for you, if you resonate with this at all, it's leading you to something that is rewarding. Like, you don't necessarily, like, you don't feel like you need to cut your way through life to get to something quicker. It's like somebody feeling like they need to cheat their way out of something or cut their way through something to be successful. But I'm getting that this collective's energy is not like that. I'm also hearing experimenting. You could be experimenting with something right now in your life. Yeah, you got to believe what your heart tells you, not what others say. Trust your intuition that guide you every day. I'm just gonna quickly see if there's anything else that we need to know. Is there anything else? You've completely surrendered to this, actually. Yeah, you've completely surrendered yourself to your process. You've released the control. For some of you, whatever part you're resonating with, if you resonate with completely surrendering to something here, surrendering to your process, to your journey, and releasing the control, that could look like you not making any moves forward. That could look like you going in a different direction. That could look like you not forcing communication, not forcing outcomes, not moving on something that doesn't make sense, if it doesn't have a clear intention, a genuine intention from you, not making any moves forward, not moving on somebody else's time, not proving yourself, not overcompensating for somebody to understand something about you. Releasing control looks like leaving it up to God and letting it be just that and leaving it there. That's what that means. When you completely surrender and you don't do anything. I'm not saying don't do anything with your life, but I'm saying in regards to a situation, that's what surrendering to the journey looks like. Okay. Is there anything else? For some of you, something just came to mind for me. So if you resonate with this, it could resonate with you, was time. Somebody feeling like they don't have enough time, somebody feeling like they're running out of time. If you feel like your life needs to be set up a certain way for you to complete something in a certain amount of time, like it's giving me somebody having some goals here that they want to achieve by this time, which is good. That's amazing. I love that you guys have goals and you're working towards that. That's really good. But it's also a part of just releasing the control and just surrendering to the journey. A part of that, like I was getting that the concept of time, I don't know, for me personally, the concept of time is that there is no concept. Like, time doesn't exist, okay? If you resonate with that, you resonate with that. If I completely lost you there, I understand. But you have all of your life to complete the things that you are trying to achieve, okay? You have all of your life. I'm not saying to waste your time, waste your days away doing nothing or just investing in the wrong things. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be smart about your time, if anything, and be grateful. Don't take life for granted at all. Treat people with kindness. Like, you never know when your last day on earth is going to be, okay? And like, it makes me ask a question, like, if you know that and you have that awareness and you're aware of that, what are you choosing to do now while you're here that is beneficial to your journey or beneficial to another's? I don't know. Like, I don't know who you have in your life. I don't know what's going on in your life. But I know that if you're completely surrendering and you're releasing control of outcomes, time should not matter. Time shouldn't even be a factor, okay? Besides you wanting to achieve certain goals in a certain time frame, I understand that. But just something that came up was time should not matter to you. As long as you know you're working on what you know you need to work on and what you want to work on, that is enough, okay? Anything else for the collective? Wow, okay. You could feel like you have a purpose in your life and it completely strays away from what you know, what you've known to be true in your life, like what you've always done. And you could feel like you have this unconventional way of living your life that only makes sense to you because it's very unique to you. And I feel like you're being guided to embrace that side, embrace that part of yourself, embrace that path, okay? I feel like you're being guided to fully embrace how unconventional your life is and adapt. Wow, that's beautiful. Adapt even if If things along the way make you a little bit uncomfortable, it's something here that you're learning how to adapt to, that is helping you improve the overall experience of your life. It's helping your growth, okay? It's helping you become a better version of yourself, which is good. I know everybody wants to be a better version of themselves. Everybody wants to be healthy. Everybody wants to feel good. Nobody wants to feel stressed or weighed down. So I feel like this is the energy that you're walking into. If you resonate with this so far, this could be the energy that you're walking into, okay? Was there anything else? Yeah, again with the roots not feeling completely grounded. Something here didn't feel stable. It's 222 right now. Something here didn't feel rooted in anything true. It didn't feel rooted in your life purpose, your journey. Something was not stable. Okay. If this resonates with you, it feels like something wasn't stable in your life. Hopefully the things that I say isn't taken as me trying to correct your own mistakes, because I feel like you would know your own life better than somebody on a screen would. So I feel like I just hope that these messages serve as in more of a like helpful tools, like helpful guidance. Not that I know your whole life story, not that I know all of your background, not that I'm advising you to do something and you're gonna get this outcome, okay? I'm hoping that you're an individual, you have free will, you know what you feel, you know what you pick up on, and you know what's going on in your life. So hopefully this helps as just helpful tools along your way, okay? You never want to come off as somebody telling somebody what to do or an advisor in any way, shape, or the form, okay? I just wanted to say that. But if you do resonate with this, it does feel like something here was not stable and was not rooted, either in the ways that you would like or just if at all. Yeah. Yeah, you're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly where you need to be. I'm seeing somebody like physically pulling roots up from the ground. So maybe you could be rerouting. You could be reconfiguring something about your life right now, or you could be unrooting to reroot something, to replant something. But it's something about needing to take it out from the source of it so you can feed it properly and root it properly so it can grow, and actually serve a purpose is the energy that I'm getting. So it does feel like you are exactly where you need to be right now, okay? You're at this state of being fully aware of yourself, fully aware of your surroundings, of what you got going on in your life and what you want to replant or reroot. And you do know that your life has been unconventional, or your path has been unconventional, but you could also be integrating, adapting into spaces that you don't necessarily feel comfortable in, but you're adapting to learn more about it. You're adapting to grow with it. You're adapting to reprioritize your energy. Is there anything else that could be significant for this collective? No. And it's sad that you remind me. You remind me of a love that I once knew. Kinda sad that you remind me. You remind me of a love who outgrew me too. He leads me into orbit. Still I found a way to navigate to you. He leads me into orbit. Still I found a way to gravitate to you. Anyway, I stopped that at 3:03. Release, I release you. You can give me like the angel stage. How does it feel? He knew how it would feel. You release me. So I found a way to navigate to you. If you resonate with this, you could feel like things don't make sense. Like you're in one space, but you're also in another. If you are finding yourself constantly in between two worlds, I would ask why that is, and if you are constantly in two worlds and battling being in and out of a space, why do you feel the need to keep up a certain image for you to exist in both? You could feel like some things are not working out for you. You could also feel like something here is no longer special, no longer as potent as before, no longer has a purpose, right? What this is giving me is there are possibilities in growing from things that don't work out, that don't feel natural, that sometimes require you to take a risk, even if it means to let something here fall away or not go in the same direction that you've always been going in when it comes to whatever this is for you. Whatever is coming up, whatever feels like it's connecting and resonating with you. There could be an adventure out there for you if you take a risk in adapting into, if you're willing. I guess you'd also have to be willing to adapt, because there could be something that you're not comfortable with and you could be questioning, like, is this really meant for me? Is this a part of my life? Like, do I need to do this? You don't have to do anything that you don't want to, okay? You have free will. You don't have to make decisions on anything that you don't feel comfortable with, okay? This is if you're open to taking a risk to explore and have an adventure in something that might help you navigate or figure out where exactly you are, what point you're in your life right now. Whatever decision you're making right now feels like you're choosing to pull out the roots from the ground because you're following your heart and your intuition in doing so, and it feels right because you're completely ripping away from a system of things that have guided you up until this point. If you're the kind of person, if this is resonating with you, if you're the kind of person that believes that everything happens for a reason, don't feel guilty on the decisions that you do make, because at the end of the day, God has a plan for all of his people. And if it feels like you don't want to make a decision, or you don't want to move towards something because you're afraid you're going to mess up, and you're afraid you're going to screw up because you want to know the outcome of something, I wouldn't worry about it. God has a plan for everybody, right? But he does give us the option to choose, okay? He gives us the option to have choices, to choose what's, what we think is best for us. But he knows what's best for us, right? At the end of the day, he has a plan for us. He knows what's best for us, but he does give us the option to choose. So the energy of you deciding where you want to go from here, like, it's not you leaving it up to anyone else. You decide where you want to go from here. You decide what kind of life you want to live. You decide what you're choosing to unroot and reroute. You decide the possibility and the adventure and what you're going to be adapting to. You decide what you're surrendering to, okay? It does feel like you're being pushed to go for something here, though. If you do resonate with this, if you feel guided to go for something that you know would be good for you, it feels like you're being pushed to do it. I don't know what this is going to be for all of you, or what this looks like for you guys. But if this resonates with you, you're not lost, okay? You're adapting. You could feel like you're being challenged to go for something, to achieve something here, to be fearless when you go after it, okay? At the end of the day, you get to choose, okay? You have every right to detach. You have every right to regroup yourself. You have every right to ground yourself elsewhere or pull out the roots, okay? You have every right to start over how you want to start over, okay? You do have the free will and the choice to do that. You do not have to stay rooted or grounded somewhere you don't feel stable and you don't feel confident in, okay? If you don't feel confident in a space, wherever you're growing from, wherever you're picking up and trying to cultivate something and growing from, you do not have the obligation to stay there. And if you're resonating with me, what I'm saying, it feels like you're surrendering to not giving up. Surrender doesn't mean giving up, okay? Surrender means not letting something else control you. Surrender means not even being in control of a situation, letting God control it, letting God deal with it, letting something here fall away so God can show you what you should be going after, what you should be achieving, what you should be striving for in your life. Not some fantasy that you feel like is never going to come true, because I personally don't think God would want that for you, to continue to chase something that is never going to happen, okay? You are resonating with this. God has a purpose and a plan for you, and for what you should be going after should be something that grows with you, okay? Whatever this is, it should be something that grows with you. Horses could be significant. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for today's message. Let me know how this one resonates with you, if at all. I'll see you guys in the next one.